Hello, everyone, and welcome here in this beautiful studio for the first episode of the Overlaps. We will do a lot of episodes, and I really hope that you will enjoy this. I'm with two friends. The first one that I want to present you is not the one that I'm looking, but the second one, Kamil Pawlowski. Ciao, Kamil.
Ciao, Amos.
And the second, last but not least, David Tunizza. Ciao, David.
Ciao to you, Amos.
Ciao to you.
Ciao to you.
Ciao to
Yes,
you.
ciao
Wow.
to you.
Wow. Well, obviously they are part of the Scuderia Ferrari Esports team, but there are also two more drivers that I want to present you maybe later. We have many different topics to do and to tell you guys. So I hope that you will stay with us for the entire show. So, guys, the first topic that I wanna talk about is our endurance that happened the 16th of July. So the Indianapolis endurance race for the SRO Esports series, and obviously it was a good race. Maybe most of the time, but for sure it was an amazing. There was an amazing qualifying by you, Kamil. You qualified on top, mate. How do you feel about that race?
Yeah, exactly. Many things went according to the plan, and some didn't. And let's speak from the beginning. What went well?
Yes.
So obviously the qualifying could have not been better. Well, the lap always can be better, but the result was the P1, so it was the best possible. I was driving the quali, so I'm super happy with my first quali in the team. Especially that I improved my lap on the very last minute of the qualifying.
Yeah, you just did a one out lap, no?
Yes,
one
exactly.
out lap.
Exactly. The tires were not ready.
Yes,
but still the lap was good enough to score the pole position. So yeah, the start could have not been better. The start of the race, I knew that I needed to focus as much as possible on defending the P1 on the first corner, to then continue driving on my own pace. And exactly this happened. It was a risky move by myself, I must admit, braking very late into
we got
the
scared
P1.
about this.
Yes, exactly. It was very close, but it worked. I kept the P1 because my start wasn't that perfect. I pushed the throttle just a bit too late, so I lost maybe a position or two on the start, but I defended it on the first corner. Later, everything was really well. Like, we kept our pace. Okay, we dropped to P2, P3 because of the tire disadvantage in hot weather, big tire wear. We expected that, so it was normal. But the pace was there. There was no mistakes, nothing. Everyone in our team was driving everything we could. But then what didn't went well was what happened with my stint, that I caught an unexpected bump and spun the car, and then I cooked the tires. So the tires were completely dead. We decided to change the strategy and go to the pits.
Yes.
So, and I will not say that it's our mistake. I will take it myself. I did the mistake, a crucial mistake in a pit box by not switching the driver, which costed us later.
Yeah, one pit stop more,
another
basically.
Pit stop. So it's a small mistake by just operating in a menu.
Yes, but anyway, we managed to finish in P4. So I think that maybe we could have done better, but for sure P4 is not that bad.
Exactly. What I wanted to say later, David defended it so nicely with Danilo Santoro. Amazing pace, amazing defense by David. It was really, David, just tell how it was for you.
David just does David things.
Exactly. Well, First of all, I was very happy with my pace in this track because, as you already know, of course, I couldn't prepare that much for this race as I already had the sprint championship and also the upcoming F1 championship. So I didn't have that much of time, but I really love the track. So when I love a track, it's like instantly I get the feeling. So I immediately had the pace and I was very fast.
Yeah, like Monaco for you. Monaco is your favorite track.
Exactly. And well, in the race I did pretty solid stints, and I almost died as well, like coming in the last part of the race because of that bump.
Really unexpected bump.
But yeah, the highlight of my stints was literally in the last part of the race when we were, I think, P6, and we had to recover from P5, which I remember we had a very, very big tire advantage. So I let's say easily overtook, but it wasn't that easy because if you remember, it was very fast on the straight, the car in front of us. So I had to overtake from the outside in turn one.
I would not say it was easy. It was a perfect maneuver.
We were also faster than often. No, sometimes we were not so fast on the straight, but this time we were fast, I think, but not fast enough to arrive.
Well, luckily we had the tire advantage, so I could make that overtake on the outside in turn one stick. Yeah. And then in the last part of literally the very last 15 minutes of the race, I had to defend from the car behind us, which had this time a huge tire advantage compared to us.
Exactly.
But luckily also them they didn't have that much of top speed, so I could defend in the straight, and
they got lapped.
Apart from that, well, I think it was a very good defense, even if literally we collided a lot of times every time in turn one, but still it was enough to protect the position. End of the race, our car was literally destroyed, but we managed to keep in P4 and end up the race.
I remember the last lap, I was the spectator because David was driving, but I was sweating so much on the last lap. I was like literally shaking, looking at the David defense every single lap, and as David say, little collisions. It was.
Yeah. He just avoided sometimes some collision, but it was a hard fight, fair fight, hard.
Fair, but
let's say I had to defend also very aggressively because that was the only chance. If they overtook us, it would be gone the race. At least, I mean P5.
But you know, guys, that Indianapolis was introduced really 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
But what the first track was obviously Laguna Seca. So our third endurance, that became the second because Spa was postponed, was Laguna Seca. Do you prefer Laguna Seca or Indianapolis, Camille?
Well, I have a beautiful backstory with Laguna Seca that will melt your heart and will make you cry.
Oh God, yes.
So, yeah, it is actually one of, well, sentimentally, it is my most loved track because it was the only real track in Gran Turismo 2 back then when I was 5 or 6 years old. I was playing Gran Turismo 2, loving the racing games, and it was my favorite track back then. And I had this dream to drive on this track in real life. And I made this dream come true in World Fastest Gamer 2 in California. So I really driven on Laguna Seca. I loved this experience so much that today I have a tattoo of Laguna Seca on my chest.
Really?
Yes, exactly.
We can't show this.
Exactly. There is no major warning, so I can't show my naked chest. But believe me, I have a beautiful tattoo of Laguna Seca on my chest. I did it with my fiance. Well, my fiance doesn't have the Laguna Seca on my chest, on her chest, but I do. 1 month ago, so it's a very fresh tattoo. Actually.
And how is the corkscrew? The corkscrew, no?
Yes.
It's like that.
In reality?
Yes, in reality.
It's really crazy. I expected it even more scary because the elevation change is so huge. But in reality, well, it was, the experience was so like a dream. Yeah. It's hard to recall how it was. I have only some flashbacks, but it wasn't that scary. It was pretty simple corner, I would say. It was actually very blind on the braking section and going downhill, but it felt really, really natural and really well flowing. I would not say it's my very favorite circuit, but the most loved one in terms of the sentiment that I have.
And for you, David,
Well,
Laguna Seca or Indy?
well, I would say Indianapolis, but the problem with me is that I enjoy the tracks where there's gravel like Laguna Seca, so you cannot go wide in any corner because, of course, you lose time immediately. But in particular, Laguna Seca, the layout doesn't really suit me that much. So, fortunately, I have a different opinion from him, and I was happy, very happy that was Indianapolis because I remember when I used to play F1. I think. It wasn't even F1, it was like Grand Prix 4 with probably it was the 2006, 2005 season, and there was Indianapolis. Of course, it was a little bit different, especially the last part of the track. But I remember that was one of my favorite tracks. Not my favorite, of course, but I really enjoyed to race there. So between those two, I was very happy that they decided Indianapolis.
A really speed answer. Most difficult part of Indianapolis for you? I mean the track, no? Most difficult turn, maybe, on Indy?
Not the turn exactly, but how bumpy the track is. And it feels like the most recent and very hot topic of porpoising. Like when you go into the corner with GT3 car, like many corners on Indianapolis, you just jump with the car like a ping pong. So this is the biggest feature that makes the problem.
Someone say like a dolphin. Now it's ping pong. Porpoising is becoming really famous this year. I don't know why. And for you, David?
For me, it's the last three corners. Because you enter that section that first you have to brake and the car is not straight. So and in the inside there's a very very high curb. So it's very tricky to get inside. And then the penultimate corner on the left, I still don't know if I was doing it correctly because really I was looking him in qualifying. He was having a really late apex. Meanwhile, I was very tight, so I still don't know if I was doing correctly. And then the last corner wasn't that hard, but in slipstream, yes, it was very hard to do because it was impossible to close the corner full gas.
You just did the Indy 500.
Exactly.
And obviously, we did the Indianapolis track. We did also the first one on Bathurst. And how difficult it is to prepare endurance? Obviously, the setup part is fundamental, but you need to share the setup to another driver. So, Camille, tell to the people how difficult it is to prepare the setup and the car for the endurance series.
Guys, it's difficult. Come on, listen. Okay, really, as you say, we are sharing one car each per 4 drivers in a team. So in terms of the setup, we need to make some compromises to make the setup and the car feel as best as possible for everyone, but to avoid the situation that one of the driver struggles so much with the car. So exactly, in terms of the setup, it's not about yourself, it's all about the team and how we together feel with the car. Overall, I am a very big fan of the endurance races because there is a bit less pressure during the race and how the strategy during the race is evolving, how everything is evolving. I very like the aspect of endurance races of how you, the car, and the team has to endure, like the name suggests. So it's not about the one lap pace. It's even not about the quali itself. Everything can happen in endurance race, and I just love it.
So Camille said almost everything. So I wanna say another thing. I wanna ask you another thing, David. How important is the friendship during the endurance? Because we stay together, you stay together for a lot of hours with your teammates, with the guys behind the scene, like the coach, the analyst, etc. Tell us these things. How much is important to have a good friendship also?
Well, you mean a good friendship with the team in general?
I mean, yes, obviously with in
Well,
general.
of course, it's fundamental because if you want to do a very good job, you have to be, let's say, in synchrony with your teammates. You have to understand them, and they have to understand you.
Yes.
And not just the teammates, but every person that it's working with you. So of course, when you do the setup, you have to, for example, if you're doing the setup, I have to understand your driving style, Kamil. You have to understand mine, and so on with the other teammates, so that we can create a setup and share it. And then it's also fundamental to understand between us who is going to do the qualifying, so who will take care of positioning the car before the race, and that's a responsibility. So between friends, like being friends, you understand immediately who is going to be the one making the qualifying. And it's working in a team. So as a team, everyone has to work together. And if there is no friendship, of course, it's not going to be a good job. Of course.
Just to tell you guys how much is difficult to do a setup, to make a setup. A question: do you prefer the oversteer or understeer on the car?
Well, when I do the setup for myself, I always find the maximum limit of the maximum limit of the oversteering car.
Obviously.
To the moment I kill myself on every corner.
And you?
If there is the same performance, but I can choose between understeer and oversteer, of course understeer. But if one is fast and one is slower, of course I prefer the one that goes faster. Of course.
I see what you did there with the question. So now, guys, you can imagine how hard it is to prepare the race setup for sharing the drivers that have so different racing style and
that's why I asking this, because they have completely different driving style. Final thoughts against for the Indianapolis race. What can be improved by yourself, guys, and what was really working well?
Okay, from my side, improving the panic situations. Like when everything goes according to the plan, everything is really well. When we are driving, the racecraft is great, the pace itself is great for everyone in our team. But for me personally, when something is not according to the plan, like speaking of Indianapolis, I start to panic and doing little mistakes in adjustments of the pit or strategy, and becoming uncalm. So I need to improve the pressure of when something is not going well.
But you are improving really well, mate. But what about you? What can be improved by yourself?
Well,
by
about
the team yourself.
This race in general, as I said, I felt very good at the pace, even with not a lot of training. But still, of course, there was plenty of pace to find. What I think maybe I have to improve is that I talk a lot. Meanwhile, I drive. I like to talk, make fun of drivers. You saw it,
At least you are not like Brandon that always think about pizza, pineapple pizza.
But yeah, maybe in general for the team, if they see like me driving, trying to be focused, etc., and they see me talking, maybe it's not something good to show. But that's unfortunately how I like to drive. But things that went well, I would say just defending, because in the last part of the stint, that's what I did better, I think, during the whole race.
Yes, absolutely.
Guys, the race was beautiful. At the end, we were happy with before, but it's hard to swallow the fact that we could have won the race pretty easily if not some problems. It's guys, it's
well, it's sometimes that it hurts. I mean, I think at the very beginning, then you can just focus on the next race. Then the next race will be on 27, no? Of August, the endurance one, I mean, on Suzuka, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So let's see what we can do and what you will do.
Taking the lesson and moving forward.
Yes, thank you for your Grazie. No, I'm joking. See you later, really later, because now I need to introduce another topic about the new Formula One game, the EA F1 2022. Let's see the trailer. Well, the soundtrack of this game is amazing. And before I just said pineapple pizza. And obviously, someone came out. Ciao, Brandon.
Ciao everyone. Hope you have a good day. But pineapple pizza, I am the king of Maranello of pineapple pizza.
Yeah, maybe don't say it louder.
The people I've convinced, they love it. So
how are you, mate?
I'm really bad, really bad.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I'm really good. I love to say it because people, they're not ready for you to say you're bad. Everyone's ready to go, oh, you're mate. If you say you're bad, then you see the reaction.
Yes, like me. Like
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
That's a, whoa,
Yeah,
wow.
you're like, wow, I spoke to you 5 minutes before this and you were doing really good.
What happened in 5 minutes?
Yeah, like, what happened? But anyway, we have an amazing topic to cover.
Yeah, Formula One game, obviously, you are one of the mainstream, no? Two-time world champion, Formula One, Esports. And I wanna ask you, what is the main difference between the last game?
I think the main differences, of course, are in the handling model. That's what we specialize in. Okay, you have the career mode, what is more public. But we're, all three of us really, and people to mention later, are here to win. And we need to master the handling model. So, of course, we have stuff like the formation lap, better tire physics, better car model in terms of the chassis. And the curb, everything is improved, I think, in terms of the car model. So I think this is the biggest difference for me. I think someone who's more playing the game relaxed has the career mode is probably the biggest difference.
Well, you talked about the formation laps.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the thing that you are doing. Maybe if you want, you can say it. We have the immersive broadcast. I mean the formation laps and also immersive pit stop.
Yes.
So basically is you need to press a button to do the pit stop in a perfect way.
Yes.
No, and I know that you had trouble on that, no, with the button of the
Me, yes,
pit
because
stop.
in the wheel in the game, if you have a
Yeah.
wheel, it doesn't say, like, it just says a number of the
Yeah,
button
yeah,
that
yeah.
you have to press. So every time I was going to the pits, I still didn't know what was the button to press.
You know, for a very long time, I had this as well until I did my first competitive race. Then I finally mapped it.
Okay.
Even then, I still made the mistake on it. So, of course, there's a job for us to do in F1 Esports. And if we do the perfect laps, the perfect race, but we mess up the pit stop, will cost us the victory. So, this as well with the formation lap is making so many more factors for the F1 Esports driver to master. How much do you wear out your tires to get more
Yes.
tire temperature? That's the big difference, and that's the factor what will determine a lot more races going forward.
What do you think about the handling? Like Brandon said, what do you think about it
Well, then
compared to the last game, obviously?
it's always small changes between every year. Like from 2018 and 2019, there was a big difference. From 2020 and 2021, again a big difference, and this year again. It's always like if you go back in the previous F1 games, you go like play F1 2017, there is a huge difference,
Yes.
of course, because every year there is a small one and then again a small one. So it's just a game that it evolves every year. Right now, I still didn't start to practice like very seriously, like focusing just on F1, so I cannot still say if I like it, if I don't like it, if there is a big improvement, if it's a downgrade from the previous game. But so far, everyone is talking that at least the driving, the physics of the car is quite good. So let's see when I will start.
One of the best things that this game has is the VR. The VR, guys, is incredible. I saw a lot of videos. I don't have the VR, but I can clearly see on the video that the immersion is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we actually have a VR headset in one of the cabinets here. So I think what we need to do is have a bit of fun with the VR, maybe do some videos of it together. But the same for me. I haven't tried it yet because my job is to practice seriously. So every hour that I do on the game is designed to make myself better.
Obviously.
And driving the VR right now isn't making me better. It can be cool, but
From
winning the
January.
championship is cooler.
Yeah, when the championship is also over, no?
Yes.
Maybe you can relax. Yes, of course. There are many circuit updates. There are Australia. There's Miami, Abu Dhabi, Barcelona. You tried this track, guys?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. And I have to say, my personal favorite out of them, of course, Miami has a bias because it's a completely new track. So when you see something new in life, you're like, wow. But I have to say the Australia update has been really good because, of course, not the whole track was updated in Australia, but the fact that Codemasters have worked to update every little detail, the camber in the track has been updated, the curbing has been updated, the lines that we have to take are actually more closer to realism now. I think it's no secret to say that previous games we were abusing the curb and taking unrealistic racing lines. Whereas now, when you're watching it from the broadcast and you're watching us do competitive racing, it's going to look pretty close to real life.
For you, David, you tried some?
Yes, I tried them. I would be a little bit controversial, but I'm pretty disappointed about the track updates because there is some tracks you know perfectly, like Spa. Spa
Yes.
is the same since literally F1 2010.
Yes.
And like bus stop, it's still flat. So okay, I appreciate that they update these tracks, but you already did the work on revisiting again these tracks. Why don't work also on Spa? That's something that for me, I when I saw track updates, I said, okay, finally it's time for Spa to be improved, but no, still no.
Maybe because Spa is out from the calendar next year. I don't know. We don't know. No. We don't know. Is obviously is a TV confirmed. Yes. Yeah. We can all agree about the situation. But the track that I really find really special now is Barcelona. I really not hate, but I really love Barcelona because obviously they changed just one corner, but they changed everything. Basically, they changed everything.
I agree with you because, of course, they only changed, I think the turn number is turn 11. But really, the entry to turn 10 was the high-speed right hand and now has the proper tarmac, curbing on the outside. They have
Yes.
the sausage curb on turn 7, turn 8. So I have to agree with you, the sense that there is other tracks to make more
Older.
improvements to. But I have to say the tracks that they have done work to have been, I wouldn't say surprisingly amazing, but they have been amazing and put to a higher standard. The same thing happened with Portimao. I remember how Portimao came onto the calendar for last season. It was done amazingly, we have to say. So every single track that Codemasters are putting energy towards, I think are doing to a very high standard at the moment.
Miami? Do you like Miami?
Well, I tried, but not that much. You know, it's fun to go through the walls, the S section.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to do it, but in a competitive way, I don't think it's going to be very, let's say, enjoyable.
Yeah,
because-
I mean, we have a game mode in the game called Time Trial, of course. We all know what it is, but to explain it to people who don't know what it is, it's a game mode where you don't have damage, you don't have fuel, you don't have tire wear, so you can just do endless laps for however many hours that you want, 20, 30, 40. That's how long we practice for each day, isn't it? I'm joking, of course. We do 23 hours and 59 minutes per day. But the chicane is so critical because, as the same as real life, the slow speed corners is where you can make up the most potential. It's like cops at Silverstone, for example. It's basically flat out. You can maybe only gain half a tenth to another car, whereas a low speed chicane, like in Miami, is the track and the opportunity to gain 2-3 tenths in the sequence. So on the competitive qualifying, you know, league racing can be a very difficult situation. Make or break. Are you going to go out of Q1, Q2? Can you get pole? That's defined by that little section now.
I want to ask you one more question. Then we need to leave you, unfortunately. No, then you will come back, no problem. If you can put 3 circuits on the next Formula One eSport calendar, which track you will you want to
3 circuits.
go? Yeah.
First
Just
one,
3.
Croft in the UK.
No, come on, in the game. There are already in the
okay.
game Croft, then Laguna Seca. And
Yeah. I know. I think the first one, of course, I'd like to see Silverstone on the calendar because of the British bias. I would like to see Abu Dhabi because I think with a new update, it's actually going to be really good to race on. And maybe you can have a last lap safety car and a last lap overtake for the championship. I think also Australia would be a really good one to race on now because when I've tried competitive racing in there or time trial, like I said earlier, the difference between high and low wing is actually quite similar on the lap time. So if you're running low wing, you come out the first sector, you can get a nice little slipstream now, overtake on DRS maybe. So I think Australia, Abu Dhabi, and Silverstone.
he will say Monaco, Singapore, and all the street circuit.
No, Monaco, yeah. Another track that I would bring, I agree with Brandon, is Abu Dhabi because I also the previous layout I enjoyed it very much. But yeah, the other track must be a street circuit. Besides Baku, because yes, it's street circuit, but not like
It's a migraine.
exactly. But yeah, it has to be a street circuit.
Okay, then Croft. Then we can
Croft in the
speak
UK
with
and
Croft.
Rainbow Road. You know,
And Rainbow Road. Yes, Mario.
we're going with Elon to Mars.
Okay, guys. After this, they are obviously the F1 esport driver, but we have one more F1 esport driver, and let me introduce you, Fabrizio Donozzo. I can say also Delgado, no? Fabrizio Donozzo Delgado.
Yes,
Ciao,
you can
Fabri.
see. You can see. Ciao, ciao.
How are you, mate?
Pretty good, and you?
Really, really good. Really good. Really good. You can
I
hear Fabrizio?
can
Yes.
hear Fabrizio perfectly.
perfect.
It's music to my ears.
So let's do a presentation. Who is Fabrizio Donozzo? Let explain who is Fabrizio.
So Fabrizio Donozzo is well. I think I can say I'm the I have the luck to be there from the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
I think I've always enjoyed speed overall. I think one of my first games was on the Nintendo 64. It was an F1 game actually, but I really came to love F1 later in my life, especially with the hybrid area. And yeah, from there I just started playing like anyone would play a casual game. on his computer or console, and I liked it because I started to play with the wheel, the pedals, starting to feel
Yeah.
physical things with the force feedbacks and everything. So I fell in love with that as well, and yeah, got myself into the pro scene in 2017 and stayed there. Thank, thankfully, I'm not too bad at it, so yeah, happy to be there.
I can remember also, mate, uh, 2000, Abu Dhabi is 2017. Oh, yeah, I have your rival at the beginning, no? What
Yeah,
was it?
yeah.
If for the one that doesn't know, what happened, Brandon, on Abu Dhabi
I did
2017?
the best overtake of my life to win the championship.
Well, last lap. No,
So
it was a last lap.
Last lap,
yeah,
second to
it was
last,
the last
real
lap. Yeah.
opportunity to win.
Yeah.
We had,
Yeah.
we of course, everybody who knows the Abu Dhabi circuit, you come out of the hairpin after the first sector, do the first DRS straight, you do the chicane, then you have a second DRS straight. Realistically, the second DRS straight is the last opportunity to overtake on the track. The first DRS straight is probably the first opportunity. Absolutely sent it, won the championship. Good night.
Now he's laughing, but I think that 5 years ago I didn't laugh.
5 years ago.
Now,
Maybe.
I'm getting old. I'm getting
Come
old.
on, mate.
yeah,
5 years, really?
shit.
Yeah.
You are from 99, no?
We're the same age,
You are
Yeah,
basically.
23
yeah,
years old?
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
We're
You
like
were
the
yeah.
babies.
so young. I was 22. Now you have 22. Come on.
You know, Yuki Tsunoda is younger than us.
Yes, he's
Yeah, that's true.
2000, yeah?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, Fabrizio, everyone want to ask you this. Obviously, what does it mean for you being Ferrari?
Oh, the golden question. I think for people who know me very well since I started this and general in my life, I think they know I've always wanted to be in this team. Ever since you guys announced that you were joining the pro scene in F1 Esports, I think it's always
Hmm.
been a dream of mine to join the team because that opportunity became real. So yeah, I, I I I got close in 2019. Didn't happen, but today I'm here, happier than ever, and enjoying every moment being representing the Scuderia.
Really, really good. And obviously, what are your goals for this year?
Well, I think joining such a team with such a background of success, you don't come to finish like top five, right? So I think the goal is pretty clear for the team as well, and for everyone driving behind the wheel. I think is to win uh, well every race. Why not go for every race? So I think that's the goal. We're also looking good with Brandon with what we're doing online in the leagues we're racing on. So yeah, I think we're putting some good work on it, and we'll be prepared as we intend to be prepared for the championship.
And you guys are a veteran on this. Like we said before, you are so you are becoming really older now. 5 years of F1 esports. How difficult is to stay in this high level, because there are a lot of 16 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old that are practicing every day, every night, every weekend. Say for 40 hours per day. No, it's
Well,
possible. 24 hours.
do you know what it comes down to? It comes down to how bad you actually want it. Because I think the greatest example I can use is there's 18, 90-year-olds running marathons. They
Yeah,
might not
yes.
be the person who wins the marathon,
Crazy, mate.
but they're the person who has the most grit and determination. So of course, marathon is a physical event, and F1 esports is still somewhat physical. It does have a taxation to the body. You do need to be mentally fit and to a degree physically fit as well. But it comes down to how much you wake up in the morning and you think, do I want to gain another tenth? Does that half a tenth mean that much to me? And that's the point of, if you want that half a tenth enough, you'll stay on the grid, or you'll stay on the grid for next year. If you don't, then you're going to be beaten by the younger competition.
You agree? I think, Fabrizio.
I think that it's very true what he says. I think I fully joined him on that point. I think of myself when I was 17 and 17, 18, when the pro scene came. Uh, I had no experience in competition uh, at such a high level, but I was hungry for victory. I was hungry for performing, and I think that made me successful in the first year. So I think what we need to do, us as veteran drivers, as you say, is to keep that same passion and love for what we do, and the motivation as well. And that's what's gonna keep us performing the way we
Yeah.
are for the future.
Let me say also one thing is that, yeah, you're becoming older, but Fabrizio is like Benjamin Button, no? 5 years ago, he remained
Yeah.
just like 5 years ago, more than 5 years maybe.
You know the secret? He has a sponsor for skincare. So that's the
I
secret.
wish I had. I wish I had one.
Great, mate. You guys take an inspiration by a real driver to your passion about this sport. Maybe you grew up, I think, on Formula One or motorsport in general. What is your idol?
I mean, my idol in real life motorsport is Jim Clark, because I love the fact that he is a very humble person. Of course, I've never met him. I was never born even when he was alive. But when you read stories and the etiquette of a person who was one of the quickest, if not the quickest person who can go and win multiple championships, was doing over 60 races a year. Was jumping from a touring car to a Formula One car, jumping around everything around the world, to Tasmania, to America. Amazing talent, amazing ability, but the fact he was humble. And the person who motivates me now is myself. Because it's that when
Sir
you wake
Brendan
up...
Lee.
Sir Brendan Lee.
Sir
but
Brendan.
No, it's when you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, okay, let's be a better version of myself. I think it's good to take inspiration from other people, but it's about how badly do you want to improve yourself as a person, as a driver as well.
Really good answer, mate. For you, Fabrizio?
I kind of want to join of what Brandon said, because it's one of the phrases or sentence that it marked me. It was from one of the actors. I don't know if I'm gonna say his name right, but Matthew McConaughey, the one that played
Okay.
Interstellar. He
Okay.
said he said his goal is his hero is himself 10 years from the future.
Yes.
He's never gonna be his own hero, but he has something to chase. And I think that kind of joins what Brendan says. And to reply to the first question, I think my hero and idol is Ayrton Senna.
Ayrton
I think
Senna.
yeah, I think it doesn't need much introduction.
No, no,
Uh,
no. But I think also Jim Clark. Jim Clark died, I think, in 60, in the 63, 65.
Something like that in an
Yes.
F2 race, Hockenheim. But do you
Yeah.
know a cool link between both me and Fabrizio's answer? Is Ayrton Senna was a big fan of Jim Clark. There's a memorial, history museum just underneath Scotland. Well, technically it's in Scotland, but people think of Scotland starting much higher than it is. And there's a nice museum that even there's photos of Senna visiting. And so I think there's a cool link between me and Fabrizio's answer there.
We are talking about legends, guys.
Yeah.
So, final question for you, Fabrizio. I asked to Brandon and David the feeling about the new game. So I want to ask you the same question. What do you feel about this game?
well,
The new game.
for me, it was kind of not a fear, but something I was keen to put my hands on, because I like a lot of oversteer, and this year the car is understeered
Really,
by basically it's
the opposite,
understeer
completely
city.
the
Yeah,
opposite.
understeer city. That's what I like to call it. But yeah, no, I think you get your way around with the work we do in the setup. So actually this year I like it a lot. I seem to be really fast, really early as well in the game, where I tend to build up my pace through the year.
Mhm.
Whereas this year I started pretty strong, so that's a plus that I'm taking, and building on that is always better than have to catch up, you know. So happy with how the things are going, and enjoying myself. I think more than ever behind the wheel.
Ah, great, great. Thank you, Fabrizio. See you tomorrow on the training. As always, thank you for being here, mate. Not here in person, but I hope someday
Yeah,
to see you
yeah,
again.
we will. No worries. Thanks, Amos, and thanks to everyone watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Grazie, Fabrizio. Now, guys, I want to launch a game. I think a battle between these guys. We are gonna go on Assetto Corso competizione with Camille, David, and the guy that lost need to show the tattoo of himself. No, not the Laguna Seca tattoos of Camille. So let's go on the sim. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello. I have some cards to show you, and these cards are really funny. Let's say funny. I have the grip in these cards means the grip of the competition. I mean optimum, wet, green, etc.
Okay.
So one of you need to just take one of these.
Do I take
So
first or you take?
3, 2, 1.
I,
You lost.
I pick one. Let's pick this one here. Perfect. It's the best one that we could
Oh,
have.
yeah.
The green
green.
one.
So, okay, we
Okay.
are racing on unrubbered track,
yes,
unoptimal condition.
Then-
It's a good start. Let's
Great.
continue.
I was hoping for this.
okay. Now let's see if you are playing by night, by day, on in the afternoon. No.
Let's see. In the night.
Come on.
This is green and night.
Green.
This is the worst condition. Now we just need to be wet, and it's the perfect challenge.
Okay.
Now it's your time to pick because we picked once.
What?
We already picked one and one, so this time is your time.
Come on. There are a lot of track, mate. Now, okay. I will select. I will select the track. Maybe we can buy Fabrizio. No, Fabrizio is not here in person, so we can't. Maybe Brandon. No, Brandon, no, he's gone. Okay, let's go with. Wow, Zolder.
It's going to be very.
Well,
Nothing will
it's
go
really
wrong.
difficult. Oh, come on, guys. You
At
need
least
to do
we know
this
the track.
now. Yeah, you know
I
the
think.
track. Zolder is really difficult now with the chicane. So I think that
Yes.
you will have a great battle, guys. So let's go. Let's fight.
Okay.
Let's
Who
go.
starts?
I think I can start. Last
Okay.
time you started, so this time I start.
All right.
Perfect. Let's go.
So perfect.
So
You need to set up everything, I think, mate.
yes. Just
Remember,
one second.
green track.
So
In
green
the night.
track, the green back on the night and Zolder.
Oh my
So-
God. It's going to be. very
Remember not to accidentally put the snow.
fun. Well, I wish there was snow here, but unfortunately there is not. Okay, weather. Let's just put this and green. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. On
need to
Assetto
put
Corsa
the-
Competizione, there are a lot of things like that. So basically, we can go in every hour of the day, in every condition, we can also go with very, very, very full wet conditions.
What
So-
time should we put? Like midnight, like completely
Well,
night?
midnight is completely night, so yes, why not?
Okay, green, and we should be ready to go. Perfect.
Okay,
We
perfect.
should have had like some cars for the car so that we can choose the car.
Hmm?
Because now, of course, we're going with the Ferrari GT3. We should have had like other cars to select also the car.
maybe next episode we can go on Assetto Corsa. There are many Ferraris on that.
Yeah, but I mean other brands.
yes, yeah. Of course, I
Okay.
know what you mean.
Okay, so-
no.
No,
Don't select. Come on,
I'm
guys.
just going
He's
with the
already cheating.
aggressive. I'm just going with aggressive. Look.
Okay, aggressive.
You-
Okay.
you
It's
can do
already a
anything.
cheat. Do you at least like the track? What do you think?
No,
about
I
the track?
don't. That's the problem. I don't.
It's just one lap, mate. Oh my god, do you have the lights on?
Zolder, but wait, there is an option because here it's not Zolder. No, but yes, there is the problem of the lights because the lights I
Maybe
don't even know if
you
I
should
have
put
the.
automatic, mate.
Yeah, in the options, I
think?
think.
Okay. I have no clue
Well.
why, but I selected Zolder, but he took out this other track.
Maybe you select Sanford.
Yes, I did.
Ah, really?
Yes, but I'm probably blind or something because I was looking for
Maybe
Zolder.
the reason is that we raced at Zandvoort a
I
couple
must
of
be
weeks
blind.
ago
Yep.
as the sprint race.
Yes, I think
Maybe
1
the
month and
reason.
a half ago. Okay, this is Zolder now.
But the last time I drove on Zolder was... I don't even recall.
Perfect.
Zolder, first time of the game, 2019 for me, 2010. Sometimes I go back. Okay, you have just one lap, mate.
Yeah.
After you start, you have just one lap, mate. One lap.
Perfect. Let's try.
So this is the last chicane.
The car is
okay.
already very tricky to drive.
I think also I don't know, the tire temperature seems good. I don't see the.
I literally cannot see anything with these night conditions. Literally.
That's the fun.
Oh god, first turn is really difficult to see the apex. Also in a normal day, so during the day. So, but the part most interesting is the first chicane. The first chicane. I wanna see if it will fly or not.
I hope not.
But so far the lap looks really, really smooth, I would
Yeah,
say.
it's smooth. Oh,
Just a bit. Just
Wow.
not cut because I don't want to take any track limit.
you see, you can clearly see that he wanna win.
I think
the
he
fight.
prepared for this
Yeah.
competition.
He already knows.
Yes, I already know. As you can see, I already know.
Oh,
As you can see, I perfectly know. But come on, the track limit, let's just leave it. Let's pretend I didn't take anything. I literally lost time there.
Yeah, yes. We had plus 2 seconds.
No,
Yes, 2 seconds.
like this race director. Ooh,
Well, this is the last part of the track, as more straight, and I think that if he not goes on the pit, he finished the lap. Just after. Ooh.
the car really doesn't want to
Nah, doesn't
break with
wanna
with green conditions.
Okay, okay.
134.7.
Okay, remember this this time? 134.7.
Yes,
Normally,
717.
normally in this track we need to go on 26, 27. So I think that the conditions are pretty difficult.
maybe it's
think
not
I-
a
You are
world
smashing
record,
everything,
but
mate.
still.
You are
This
like,
was a
ooh.
cheat. I literally mounted a cheat on the simulator.
Okay.
Perfect.
At
Let's see now.
least now I don't need to. Hopefully, I don't need to talk during the driving because this
No,
is
not
my
too much, mate. We will
biggest
talk for you.
fear.
Now we will talk for you. So I was experienced. I think just one lap, but also for one of the best sim driver. Maybe in the I say this. I'm saying that you are one of the best sim driver. I think it's difficult.
It's difficult because the problem here is the green conditions because with the aggressive setup I didn't really look at the TC, but it's sliding quite a lot in the exit of the corner, and also the braking with green conditions literally going straight. That's why I went completely straight on the chicane.
Guys that are seeing this live streaming, do the screenshot or the clip on his lap and then compared from your best lap, and you can beat David Tonizza easily. I think 1:34 is not really any. It's also cut, so basically you can do also 2 minutes, but a valid time, and you can you can beat David Tonizza, and you can also put the hashtag Ferrari Esports. Then you can be David will be replaced. I think after this
Exactly.
live streaming.
Exactly, also because I see Camille is going very fast, so no
Yes.
doubt he's going to beat it, unless he flies here in the chicane, but
Oh, come on!
perfectly done. So
We need to
now
put pressure.
try to not cut the track here, which David cheated and did.
I literally lost
Whoop.
time, but
Oh my god, I did exactly
Come
the
on!
same thing.
Worst.
I think I gained some time on
He
the
just
cut.
said
Someone-
this 2 seconds before the.
someone is catching worse than me. Yeah.
Sorry
So-
about that.
We need to explain next time. We need to make sure that it's clear that green track means that it's just the condition of the track, not that we have to go in the green area with run. Because apparently probably
Oh, so I misunderstood the rule. Sorry.
exactly. Now also here you have to be completely wide where there is the gravel.
He did better.
Yeah, for sure.
He did better, but he cut and he gained something
Yes,
compared
but
to you.
would have been still a pretty solid lap.
Your time was?
1:33.0,
Yes, I think that
but you know it's unmeasurable.
we
With
can
the little cut, I
we
would
can
not say
maybe
not that
add
little.
1 second,
Still
but
better than
it's
my
still
time,
better, still
so-
better.
So David
you won
needs
the
to
fight.
show his tattoos, right?
Yes.
David, do you have some
you have
Laguna
one
Seca
tattoos,
tattoo on
no?
your chest?
No, I don't have any.
But you have one, no?
Yes, I have one. I
Ish.
mean,
No,
half
it's
of,
covered.
half of tattoo because I have allergy to apparently also ink of the tattoo. It's not even the ink, but that's another story.
Okay, guys. So I think that we are on the late part. So Stranger Things.
And just-
And more Stranger Things. I mean, no spoiler, nothing. Okay, but how are you guys doing? I mean, in these days, you are just come back to Italy because you have to do one really special event on Spa. But how is your life?
It's very fine. I can say that last week in Poland, I attended the triathlon.
The
So-
triathlon.
Yeah, the triathlon. Triathlon. It's
Triathlons. Yes, sorry.
yeah, triathlon in English, triathlon in Polish. One of 8 distance, so a sprint distance, 500 meters of swimming, 20 kilometers of bike, and over 5 kilometers of running. And I truly enjoyed this experience so much that I want to repeat it next year. I'm sure of that. I pushed myself to the maximum limits in all the competitions, all the stages, even though that I am really not that good at swimming, but at least I didn't drown. So that's the success. On the bike, I was really fast, and on the running, which I practice regularly, I pushed myself to the absolute maximum limit. So I would recommend triathlon, the one of 8 distance. It's a sprint, a short distance to everyone that wants to showcase yourself that you can do it. Everyone can do it, just a little preparations in your own pace. It's amazing experience, guys. I do recommend it. So I am doing fine.
For you, and he is the new coach of the triathlon. I think for
Yes.
the triathlon. And what about you,
Well,
David?
to be honest, the last few days, weeks, not doing anything in particular, but I think it was 1 week ago I finally booked my holiday. So,
Yeah.
so I can say that after the next 2 races, the one in Spa that we have next week, and the final race of the SRO Sprint Series on 3 of August, I'm finally off. I mean, finally, it looks like I
Finally.
it looks
You're
like
tired
Let's
of
put a live
racing.
streaming next week. So no, the next week.
looks like I really can't wait to go. But no, the thing is that we're literally training very hard since the start of the
Yeah,
year.
I
So of course the championship are getting to an end. So of course I'm also looking forward to go on holiday and rest a little bit before the grind for F1 and starting the championship.
Yeah, I can save him. it's really too hot now. For training, it's really difficult, but with the AC, with the fan, obviously we need to do so we can. You see how much is hot here than Poland, no?
Yes, especially now. I think it's one of, if not the most, the hottest week of the year. Yeah, the temperature is really crazy. It's not like this in Poland, definitely.
And yet has to come the hottest day because also on Friday
It's
you saw
tomorrow.
it.
Prepare, guys.
Tomorrow it's going to be 43 degrees. So 42.
Ah, yeah, the 42
And Saturday
degrees.
42. So
Okay.
we probably are not going to be here anymore. So if you don't see any live stream anymore, it means that we all melted. And
Final question, really rapid, mate. Last TV series that you watched?
Barry.
Barry.
It's
Okay.
I don't know if it's a popular TV show. It's on HBO Max or overall in HBO. It's a drama and comedy about the
Oh.
serial killer. It's such a well-made series. I recommend it for everyone. I had a blast throughout the all three seasons. I couldn't wait for another one, so we just binge watched the whole series with fiance. It was amazing.
And for you?
I finished the last series that I watched 2 days ago, and it was Resident Evil. It literally came out these days. I don't know, this weeks or these days, but
Okay.
it's very, very, very interesting.
okay,
It's
okay.
very, very interesting.
Oh, great.
It takes some parts of, let's say, the video
The
game.
video
so
game, yes, of course.
Without spoiler or anything, you know, the Umbrella Corporation. I don't know if you played it, but
It's
or
already
you-
a spoiler.
No, I
Resident
didn't.
Evil- no.
It's
But
already
I
a
know
spoiler.
the game very well.
But no, it's not
Just
a spoiler.
spoiled the
It's
game.
just let's say a part of the video game. It's like a fundamental part, and it's still also in the series. But there is a backstory that
Okay.
it is very interesting. I recommend it to you.
Okay. I didn't see any good opinion about that. But it's
That's
strange
weird. I
that you are
enjoyed it.
saying.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not something, let's say, horror like the video game, because the video game is just horror. But you know, there are some like cruel scenes. Or what to me it was interesting. I enjoyed it.
So, guys, this was the first episode of Overlaps. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I do. I honestly like this seat, like and hosting them. It was really a pleasure to have you guys.
My pleasure.
Like obviously live streaming and off streaming, of course. We hope that there will be a great weekend, maybe not too hot like David said, also on Poricard, you know why, and let's see what we can do maybe next week. So see you again. Ciao guys.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.